Single stab wound to the chest.
Right. Do we know who he is?
No phone or wallet. Probably stolen.
Or dumped.
A teenage girl was stabbed in a stairwell not far from here a few days ago. Thought to be gang-related.
Other family torn apart.
All right, girls. Did any of you see what happened here?
Going by the lack of blood at the scene, the boy was killed elsewhere and his body dumped.
Any proof of ID?
Fingerprints have been submitted, but he's not on the system. Nothing coming up from missing persons either.
Where's Billy?
I sent her to talk to Shanice Williamson. She was stabbed on Friday, not far from where our victim was found this morning. She had multiple injuries. Luckily, her mum found her and took her to A&E.
I thought this morning's victim died from a single stab wound. Didn't you just say he was killed somewhere else?
Yeah?
You sure Billy's not wasting her time?
Can I come in? Hi, Shanice. I'm Detective Constable Billy Fitzgerald. You okay to chat? Thanks. A young Asian guy has been found dead, close to where you were attacked. Can I show you a photo of him from the crime scene? Do you recognize him?
No.
Take your time. This guy must have family or mates out there wondering where he is. What if your mum didn't know what had happened to you? I just need a name. No one has to know it came from you. What's the problem? Is he in a gang? Who is he then?
His name's Jay Patel. He's a doctor.
Thanks, Shanice. That's really helpful.
Mr. Patel.
Yes?
Detective Sergeant Vivian Cole, Detective Constable Rob Brady.
What is it?
Can we come in?
Why?
We're very sorry to inform you that we found a body. We've reason to believe that it may be your son, Jupesh.
Why were you attacked? Are you in a gang? Is that it?
Don't ask me that. You can't ask me that.
So you are then?
I was trying to get out. This was my punishment.
Was Jay Patel's murder anything to do with a gang?
Jay went in no gang. He just thought he was a cut above. Somebody must have had enough.
Mr. Patel, can you tell us if Jupesh was in a relationship?
I don't think so. He was too busy with his studies. He's, was a medical student.
Did Japesh come home last night?
I'm not sure. He does his own thing.
Was he off and away overnight?
Not really. Not recently. He liked to come home to check on his mum. She had a serious stroke a month ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Where is she now?
At the rehab clinic. It needs to be me who tells her. Sorry. Japesh was our whole world.
Do you have a daughter, too?
Yes. She's at school. I've been trying so hard to get us away from here.
Why's that?
With the gangs. Always fighting. And girls now, too. It was one of them who caused Vanita to have a stroke.
What happened?
It was some sort of confrontation, and Vanita fell. The police did what they could, but no one would speak up.
I'm sorry.
I told Vanita over and over to ignore the girls. She couldn't help herself. Always had to right her wrong. Just like Japesh.
Vanita Patel worked as a midwife, and she was also an active member of the local temple.
If she was assaulted by a gang, why wasn't the case pursued?
According to the team dealing with it, there were no witnesses, no clear victims' accounts. There wasn't enough evidence.
Maybe Japesh took matters into his own hands.
Got himself stabbed for his troubles.
Oh, good work, Billy. That ID checked out.
What else did this girl tell you? Was Japesh in a gang?
Shanice Williamson is sure that he wasn't.
So no obvious connection to her stabbing then?
Well, no, not yet.
We've got the call data from Japesh Patel's missing phone. He last used it at 7:36 p.m. last night. Rang a number that he called every day, an Ella Baker.
Hi.
Hi.
You're not what I was expecting. Way more handsome.
I'm Detective Constable Rob Brady. Are you Ella Baker?
Yeah.
I need to speak to you about Japesh Patel.
What about him?
Can we talk inside?
No, not right now. It's not really convenient. Is Jay all right?
I'm sorry to tell you that his body's been found. He's been murdered. So, how long had you been together?
A few months.
How did you meet?
At uni. A coffee queue in the library cafe.
You're studying medicine too?
Microbiology.
When did you last see Japesh?
Yesterday morning. I was meant to come over last night, but he called to say he needed to go home to help with his mum.
And how did he seem?
Stressed. He failed neuroanatomy, so he had a reset next week.
Did Jay's family know about you?
He didn't want the hassle of telling them he was dating someone white.
And how did that make you feel?
It's cool with me. I'm not really a meet the parents kind of girl.
I went through Jay's social media. Looks like him and Ella Baker were pretty loved up.
I got the impression she was seeing other guys.
How do you mean?
When I went round there, it was as if she was expecting a blind date, maybe through an app or something.
He's with another girl here. Looks like they were teenagers. Have I seen her before?
Yeah, you have. She's the girl that was staring us out earlier at the crime scene.
This is my daughter, Amina.
We're so sorry to hear about your brother.
Is it okay if I show you both a photo of Japesh? We need to identify the other person in the picture.
Her name's Rosa Dunbar.
Looks like she and Japesh were together.
Well, it didn't last long. Japesh was too smart for her.
Rosa. Yeah, she was arguing with Jay outside yesterday.
Outside where?
Here. Did she stab Jay?
It's too early to say.
Do you know this girl?
I'm not sure.
Her name's Shanice. She was attacked a few days ago.
I heard about it, but I don't know her. Not really.
Are you okay, Mr. Patel?
These girls, I don't want any more trouble. I feel so powerless.
Well, there is one way you can help. Give a statement to the media. Help us generate some interest in the case.
Japesh was a clever, kind, loving son and brother. His dream was to be a doctor. He had his whole life ahead of him.
If you know what happened to Japesh, or if you have any information that could help, please come forward. Please help us bring those who've done this to justice.
You can contact the incident room on 0207 946 0999.
A message from the pathologist. Japesh Patel and Shanice Williamson were stabbed with the same steel serrated blade, so the cases could be linked.
Just a small matter of finding the knife to prove it.
Well done. No, that must have been really hard for you.
And well done you.
Dad, is it okay if I go see my friend Shreya?
Don't be too long.
Sarge, I'll head over and see Shanice now.
It's his fault! It's his fault that Jay's dead!
All right.
You make me sick!
What's this about?
She's upset I stopped Japesh from seeing her.
You told us you didn't know about her girlfriend.
I was ashamed.
He would have stayed with me last night. He'd still be alive now if you hadn't made him sneak around.
That's enough.
Tell them what you're really like.
What does that mean?
Get her to leave us alone.
Yeah, go home, Ella. I'll give you a call later. All right?
Do you need a lift?
So why are you going to see Shanice?
So Sarge reckons she and Jay were stabbed with the same kind of knife. Amina, I thought you didn't know Shanice.
I asked around the estate. I wondered if her stabbing might have something to do with what happened to Jay.
Let's leave the questions to us, yeah?
I thought Shanice might talk to me more than you.
If you have any other thoughts or you want to chat anything through, give me a call, all right? It seems you and Jay were stabbed with the same type of blade.
So?
So it's likely that the person who stabbed you also killed Jay. Tell me who that is. I know his sister's just been to see you. That family are in bits.
It was Rosa.
Rosa who?
Rosa Dunbar. If she finds out I told you, I'm dead.
I took a look at CCTV of the area where Shanice Williamson was attacked last week. This is 20 minutes before the attack took place. I reckon that girl is Rosa Dunbar.
Will Shanice Williamson give us a statement naming Rosa Dunbar as her attacker?
Unfortunately not.
Right, bring in Rosa for the GBH on Shanice and search her home for the blade.
Yes, boss.
Detective Constable Fitzgerald. Rosa Dunbar, I'm arresting you on suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm to Shanice Williams.
You what?
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Come on now, girls, back off.
Oi, come. I won't be long, ladies. I should get me one of those. Bodyguard.
These images were taken 20 minutes before the attack on Shanice Williamson.
Could you look at them, please, Rosa? Is this you heading out of the lift with Shanice Williamson?
No comment.
This image shows the same group of young women heading back into the lift, but without Shanice. Because at that time, Shanice Williamson was lying bleeding in a stairwell.
Well, if it's not you, where were you between 5 and 6 that evening?
No comment.
You know, right now our officers are searching your home. If the knife that was used to attack Shanice is there, we'll find it.
We should be out there getting justice for Jay. You know, someone who actually died.
Funny you mentioned Japesh Patel, because we believe the injuries suffered by both Shanice and Jay were inflicted with the same type of blade.
Nah, you ain't pinning that on me, no way, man.
You've been questioned on the attack on Shanice.
I love Jay. He was like my first boyfriend. We were good together, proper good. His dad broke us up.
Just tell us where you were at the time Shanice Williamson was attacked.
Shanice ain't some sweet little saint, you know. She was the one that had a go at Jay's mum. She was the one that caused her stroke. I'd never hurt Vanita, never. She was like a mum to me.
But you hurt Shanice Williamson, didn't you? What was it? Revenge?
Oh, enough, yeah. I ain't putting up with this no more. You get me charged, or you let me go.
There was no sign of a knife at Rosa Dunbar's flat, so we've had to bail her. She did say one interesting thing, though. She claimed it was Shanice who caused Vanita Patel's stroke.
Has Mrs. Patel been interviewed yet?
Our specialist couldn't get much out of her. Her speech is poor. No, Billy's gone to speak to the daughter, Meena Patel.
Why?
She witnessed an argument between her victim, Japesh Patel, and Rosa Dunbar, and I want to know what that's about.
Rosa.
What do you want? What are you playing at?
It's your blade.
Are you serious?
Control from Detective Constable Fitzgerald. Backup required. Battle Cross shopping precinct. Suspects have a knife.
Billy, you stay well clear. You don't go it alone. Let's go.
It's Billy. She needs back.
Why'd you bring that to me now?
I can't keep it anymore.
You want to mess with me, do you? Give it over then.
Look, I don't want any trouble. I just want to go home.
You ain't going nowhere.
Rosa, stop trying!
I said shut it!
Down there.
Broken my arm!
Yeah, I had to use my ass for the knife. It's over there. It has a serrated blade, just like the one used on Shanice and Jay.
Rosa Dunbar, I'm arresting you for affray, the possession of an offensive weapon, and on suspicion of the murder of Japesh Patel. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention...
Vivian gave you clear instructions to wait.
I know, I'm sorry, sir. I thought Rosa was going to stab Amina and I couldn't let it happen.
I understand. You were stabbed yourself, but you'd be no use to me dead. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
In future, please, follow orders.
Amina, why did you go to the precinct today?
To give the knife back.
This one?
Yeah. Rosa gave it to me this morning.
What for?
She said it was used to attack Shanice. And if I didn't hide it, she'd come after me too. But then with you being at our place, I got worried and wanted her to take it back.
We looked at Rosa Dunbar's phone. We know she called you last night.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because I'm scared of her. But she's always hassling me and getting me to do stuff.
Like what?
Deliver packages. Hide things.
Like the knife?
Yeah.
Why'd you go along with it?
The girls care about me. We look out for each other.
After what they did to your mother?
What did they do?
Shanice pushed her over.
You were there?
Mina.
Is that why Shanice got stabbed?
Rosa said they did Shanice for me, and now I had to do my bit. That's why I had to hide the knife.
We know from the lack of blood in the bin and on the carpet he was wrapped in, Jay was murdered somewhere else and his body was dumped. So how did he get there? Watch the blue Citroen. He circles the area and then comes in the west entrance, heads straight towards the bins.
Can we read the number plate?
Not from this angle.
Could the driver be Rosa Dunbar?
Maybe. How's Rosa doing?
She's okay. She's back from the hospital. The FME passed her fit for interview.
Billy, while Vivian and Rob talk to Rosa, why don't you check what vehicles are registered to her home address? And if any blue cars of that model have been reported stolen.
On it.
I'm an
agony here.
The doctor told us your forearm's badly bruised and nothing's broken.
No thanks to your mate. She's a psycho.
We know from your phone records that you called Amina Patel late last night. Why was that?
I was checking on her mum. I do most nights. Vanita was good to me.
We understand that you had a row with Jupesh Patel yesterday.
Whoever told you that is a liar.
Jay's body was transported to the bin area of the flats last night. Is this you, driving in the neighbouring street?
I can't even drive.
Your mum says you didn't come home at all last night. Where were you at 1:15 a.m?
I never killed Jay.
Look, the knife you had at the precinct is being examined right now. If it was used to attack Jay or Shanice, we'll find out.
Okay. The thing with me and Shanice, we got into this fight, yeah? She starts pushing and shoving like she always does. I threatened her with a knife, but she kept coming at me and got slashed. I didn't mean to cut her, but she deserved it. Disrespecting Vanita like that, pushing him down them steps in front of her own daughter.
Rosa, you have just admitted to assaulting Shanice Williamson. I must further caution you for that offence. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
I never touched Jay. I told you.
So where were you last night?
I don't want this coming back on him.
Who?
My dad. My mum's got a restraining order on him. I'm not meant to see him, but I do.
Rosa Dunbar has just admitted to stabbing Shanice Williamson.
Great news. Just a shame that's not our case.
Rosa flatly denies killing Jupesh and she's got an alibi. We've spoken to her dad and she was with him at the time of the murder.
She also said that Amina was there when Shanice Williamson pushed her mother down the steps and when Rosa Dunbar stabbed Shanice.
Poor kid.
You've had a lot to deal with.
It's my own fault. My mum saw me with Rosa, Shanice and the others. That she had a go at me. Told me to come home. Shanice pushed her down the steps. And when Mum didn't get up, they all ran off.
And what did you do?
I asked some woman to call 999. I did first aid, airway, breathing, circulation. When the ambulance came, I didn't hang around.
You probably saved your mum's life.
She's not the same.
Can I take Amina home now?
Of course. I'll get someone to drive you.
Wasn't like any student flat I've ever lived in. That's why I thought it was worth looking into her.
Yeah, interesting.
Plus, when I went round there, the way she greeted me.
You better call her in for a chat.
This is Detective Constable Fitzgerald.
We found your website.
I'm in so much debt. Uni fees, living in London. I tried waitressing and bar work, but the truth is I can make more in one night with a punter than I can in a whole month pouring pints.
Did Jay know?
No. I'm just trying to stop for him.
What was all that about at the Patels earlier? Was Divnesh your client?
No. Sort of. Last night, some guy made a booking, but when he turned up, all he did was stare at me and then he fled. Nothing happened. I didn't care. I always make the new ones pay in advance. But then I saw the news this morning. I had no idea he was Jay's dad.
When Divnesh came to your place, was he on foot?
No, he drove. I saw him park up.
What was he driving?
A van with windows at the back.
What colour was it?
It was blue.
Amina? Can you take your mother indoors, please?
Why?
Just do what the officer says.
Divnesh Patel, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Japesh Patel. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Did you hire a blue Citroen recently, Mr. Patel?
It was Jabesh's idea. He wanted to take his mum out.
Is this you in that same vehicle late last night?
Yes.
The vehicle in question is currently being forensically examined. Will we find any evidence that proves you used it to transport your son's body last night?
You will.
Did you stab your son?
I loved him so much.
Did you kill him?
Yes. I killed him.
We understand you made an appointment with Ella Baker, your son's girlfriend.
I didn't lay a finger on her. I just wanted to see her for myself.
How did you know what she did for a living?
I've always been a faithful husband. I knew Jabesh had a girlfriend. I saw them together getting on a bus. I was looking online. Fantasy, an escape. And there she was.
What did you do after you left Ella's place last night?
Jay was outside. He saw me getting into the car outside his girlfriend's place. He wanted to know what I was doing there. I told him we'd talk about it at home. Like civilized adults.
What happened when you got home?
I tried to tell him what sort of girl Ella was. A prostitute. It all got twisted, out of control. He accused me of seeing whores behind his mother's back. But I didn't. I swear it. All I did was look online.
How did you come to stab Japesh?
The knife was just there. On the kitchen side, I grabbed it. fish came at me and that was it.
Traces of blood, possibly Jepesh's, have been found on the seal of the fridge door.
At last, we're getting somewhere.
Is my dad okay?
He'll be fine. Amina, we have to ask you what happened last night. Did you witness an argument in the kitchen?
Dad called Jay's girlfriend a whore. And Jay went crazy. Shouting, throwing stuff.
Who had the knife?
Jay did.
How come?
He found it in my room. Took it. He was threatening Dad with the blade. He must have slipped or something. It was an accident. Dad loved Jay more than anyone.
What's up?
Something doesn't feel right. I need a word.
What?
Rosa Dunbar has admitted to the assault on you.
Whatever.
I thought you'd be pleased.
I don't need the cops around here all the time.
Rosa can't hurt you anymore if she's in prison.
Just because Rosa's gone, don't mean things will change. You have no idea.
Who is going to take Rosa's place?
Like I'm gonna grass to you.
It's Amina, isn't it? Is she the one who told Rosa to slash you because you pushed her mum?
I shouldn't have done that. I wish I hadn't. I always liked Vanita.
You told me earlier that it was Rosa who stabbed Jay. Why did you do that?
Because Amina told me to.
Amina, is there anything more you'd like to tell us about your brother's murder?
No.
We found Jepesh's wallet and phone in your room. How do you account for that?
We also found some clothes hidden down the back of the wardrobe. They're yours.
Sure. What you going?
When a person is stabbed, the withdrawal of the blade sprays blood over the person that did it. A distinctive pattern of tiny droplets can still be detected, even if the clothes have been washed. Jay's injuries weren't caused by him falling onto a knife.
Who stabbed your brother, Amina?
You told us that your dad loved Jay more than anyone.
Yep.
Must have been tough, living in Jay's shadow.
Every success Jay got, it's because Mum coached him, or Dad paid for his extra lessons. It's up to Jay. He did nothing but mess around with girls.
So, just when your dad was stressed out, caring for your mum, there was Jay throwing everything he'd been given back in your dad's face.
No, worse. Way worse.
What could be more selfish than that?
Jay Jay was gonna tell Mum that Dad was screwing around. Total lie. You've seen my dad. No way.
Did that make you feel angry?
I stuck the knife in Jay. Shut him up for good.
Amin has been charged with murder and Divnesh as an accessory.
Good instincts.
What about Mrs. Patel?
Well, I've been in touch with social services. She's going to have to go into care unless a relative can take her.
That's rough.
Billy, can you come into my office? You might want to bring a supporting colleague.
What do you mean by that?
I'll come with you, Billy.
The duty inspectors just told me that Rosa Dunbar is making a formal complaint about your actions at the precinct.
That's crazy.
She had a knife. She threatened me.
She alleges that you used disproportionate force during and after the moment she was disarmed.
Couldn't this be sorted without discipline?
Not under the circumstances. I'm sorry, Billy. I'll let you know when the formal complaint comes through. You'll need to sign some documents.
Sir,
I'll be with you in a minute.
thank you.
Whatever's going on in your private life, there's no need to take it out on Billy.
I'm sorry.
I know about your marriage. I know that you've moved out.
That has nothing to do with this.
Really? And you have been on at me all day.
I was trying to keep our relationship professional. I knew this would happen.
What?
We crossed a line. I kissed you.
No, we both kissed. That's behind us.
Do you know what? I don't think it is. I've just had to tell a junior officer that a complaint's been made against her, and you are dragging up my private life. I can't do this.
What?
This. Me and you. Our so-called professional relationship. I'm sorry, but I think it's over. That'll be all, Sergeant.
鼠标没有什么选不选的，你知道，10块8块的它都能用。来个最低端的，老母鸡扛枪，椰子鸡扛枪。
你刚才在车上不是说要嘘嘘吗？
那怎么办？门给打开，对不起。
喝了一口，大喊：“这粥怎么样？”
我说我要吃猪大肠刺身，你没给我做，太有五花了，这是。
猪大肠蘸花生酱。
天菜料理，天菜。因为我不太点外卖。
找对象那么困难，就是因为我吃盐。对不起，老公，我错了。
你错哪儿啊？
这么大你的美，谁想当小丑？
你？
怎么我做的饭不吃啊？
拿筷子来，没筷子怎么吃？
今天晚上带你去吃好吃的。我们去吃饭之前要先去棋赛看一眼。
棋赛可以乘这地方很表。 知道吗？是我们淄博最大的这个电子数码科技产品的一个集散地。我们今天来买，给米奇买个主机，给米妮买个鼠标。
没错，
鼠标为什么要换？
昨天那个蓝牙鼠标，他从重庆回来之后就连不上电脑了，害我一天都玩不了球馆战旗，太过分了。这不，今天我们来买鼠标，顺便买个主机，我们来看一下。
他就自己玩那个下棋，操作不过来赖鼠标，他就得买新的。
乱说。
米奇那个微电脑，玩剪个1080P 剪不动，还剪个多播剪。
走吧。
苹果维修中心。这个地方，我小学的时候就有了。那个时候这里非常屌，知道吗？进到这里面就进入未来了。
进入了未来。
真的是那个时候，你看哪有地方那么多电脑啊、鼠标啊、键盘这些东西的，是吧？你看着很新鲜。完了，我小时候，买的第一个游戏啊，还是网游，买的叫这个《石器时代》。
石器时代。
当时那个网游你要买盘，你知道吗？买盘安装，然后有个 CDK， 必须有那个 CDK 才能玩。啊，就等于你要买断它，然后还要再买点卡，买点卡是在这儿买。我小时候自己走路走20分钟到这儿，
走20分钟，
对，
硬走。
硬走。
鼠标有什么推荐吗？
这鼠标没有什么选不选的，你知道吗？10块8块的它都能用，一样用，知道吗？你不要非要追求什么，你买个什么雷蛇的呀，买个罗技的呀，没有用，那双飞燕你知道吗？8块钱。
双飞燕，
不是这国产驰名品牌，这不鼠标吗？双飞燕，对，双飞燕。看，来个最低端的。
最低端的什么意思？最低端的给我用。
来最低端的。
啊？15。
也太高端了吧？
这是什么抠搜男？
你看
这合适吗？
你看这还挺好，你用不上那么好的，你就那个谢谢啊。你只要鼠标放在那个桌子上，它只要能跑就行，你知道吗？你要那么，
反正你放桌子上也能跑。
不是看着像有哑火科技。
看看鼠标。
这样吧，你来挑。
我来挑，我又不懂，我怎么挑啊？102是可以，102是以下。哦，那也行。那个好用。
好用。
手感。
你能给它试一下吗？你可以试手感。
102多少钱
？115。
比你家里那些怎么都好用的感觉。
你试试，得劲吗？
怎么不得劲
啊？得劲，拿下。
拿下，这就拿下了。你刚才不是抠搜的，还说15块钱的鼠标都不给买吗？
就多了个1而已。
多了个1。
多少钱来着？你看真好，
真好，还能再优惠一下吗？没有，我给你说很低的价，我们这边做的是方便出货。哦，价钱放心，价差的。行。
对，稍微的不高手，付钱。罗技 G102啊，全款拿下。鼠标有了，就差米奇的主机了啊！咱给他买吗？给他逛逛，弄个2手的算了。弄什么苹果？咱这烧包的他吧，还弄苹果？在这儿很多卖那个2手主机的，够用，是吧？买个那个矿卡，是吧？买矿卡，弄个整个2手的战损主板什么的，你拼一拼，插一插，2000块钱。跑得呜呜的，
真的吗？
这真傻！你老公装机，
这是1D 什么？1D 弹涛。
这不是乐高吗？
你要是组装那种的主机，还不如米奇现在自己的主机配置好呢。
不可能。你好，有那个 Mac Mini 吗？新的 M4的。
哦，那合成mini 7不？
不是mini 7，就是它那个小主机啊。
那没有。
啊，那没有。哦，
太熟。
哎，对，它有那种2手的那种老型号的嘛， M2的或者M1 Pro 什么的那种。
我们就没做过。
哦，不做这一块啊。
因为幼儿园太少。
好，谢谢啊。用钱宇伟的教师资格证从网上订。
那你说那个用教师的没有用国补的这个价格低，那我们还不如直接用国补的。
但是反正就是他那个应该是能接着发，你知道吗？然后国补的
它有现货。对。
国补就是你从京东上要一个是要抢，一个是抢完之后它要等很久。
国补便宜多少？
比它多个100多吧，100多200吧，3500多一点吧，差不多。
今天晚上回去看看这个点优惠之类的吧。最近不是快双12了吗？双11的券已经回去了。
没有电脑用了。
这期已经剪过，这期已经拍成4K 的了，它比电脑1080P 都剪不动。这期已经4K 了。
那你那个能剪得动吗？
我那个能剪，让他来
家里，不行就住下吧。
好的，来家里通宵剪吧。白天我直播，晚上他再播一下，他播完直接剪视频。
我去，你是把米奇当黑奴了？
然后没有，他们还让半夜让米妮来播呢，让3个人。
为什么要把半夜给我？
可能是上午、下午已经对我俩人都已经站好了，只剩下半夜的时间了，你知道吗？
我不要这种阴天时间。
那你再找一个，家里还有地方。来这一趟也没白来，对吧？咱们2个任务起码完成了1个，对吧？这个鼠标不是买上了啊，然后米奇的这个主机的话，我们只能从网上看看了。
晚上呢，因为谭涛特别从海南回来之后，他就很想吃海南的椰子鸡，那我们准备晚上带他去吃椰子鸡吧。
没有任何反应。
就傻笑啊，就傻笑。
没开门怎么办？
没开门。
要不要等一会儿吧？
等一会儿，等到5点。
那这样吧，我刚才看旁边也有一家做鸡的，反正都是吃鸡，对吧？也差不多，咱就旁边换一家。
那吃什么鸡？什么做法？
那反正都是鸡，它能差多少嘛？你看吧，牌子在这儿叫老母鸡扛枪。
老母鸡扛枪是
厉不厉害吧？我这厉不厉害？老母鸡扛枪，
你怎么？